The immigration process may seem intimidating at times, and this extends to employers who work with talented people who are coming in from other countries. We're welcoming back attorney Desiree Koger Gustafson of Elevate Immigration Law to discuss the immigration needs of the employer. So what are some of the big changes that have impacted employers over the last year?
Great question, Zach, and there have been a lot, just like with all of our other topics that we've discussed with family and humanitarian needs, but business in particular. We've definitely see, of course, increased fees. The employers actually pay a lot of fees that most people aren't aware of. There's an asylum fee, and obviously filing fees have gone up. But not just that, we've had premium processing fees go up exponentially. We're seeing a lot of course, increased audits and raids for employers. So definitely, increased communication as well in between some agencies. So a lot of these things are paying for just heightened scrutiny. The flag system, the PERM system, communication between Department of Labor, Department of State, Department of Homeland Security. So all these different agencies talking more means increased compliance, theoretically, for employers. We're trying to really help them navigate over this past year. How do you deal with the increased scrutiny, the possibility of them showing up at your place of employment, which has been more of a rarity than it has been over this past year.
And what have been some of the big adjustments that you've seen business owners make under your guidance?
Well, definitely more planning. A lot of the employers that I have that deal with these specialized occupations, they have many of them because it's just not an area that a lot of our kids are going into. So they do attract a large majority of their talented field from outside of our country. So usually there's a lot of them, and if you have several that then can't extend their visa, can't get their visa, then they cannot stay employed with that employer. And so it's really been, okay, we need to expand our thinking from 6 months more to like a year out. And then, of course, just kind of making sure their policies and procedures are compliant with the I-9s and the E-Verifies in case there is an employer audit or an employer visit by DHS.
How do you help people navigate that to get ahead of the game on that so it's not, oh, this is a glaring issue that needs to be addressed immediately?
Yeah, and that really is tailored to the employer. Some of our larger employers, they have large HR staff, and so we can kind of work with the HR staff to train them to spot issues, go through their policies and procedures and make sure they're compliant there. But then some of our smaller, they really just want us to tailor to that individual specialty occupation, the one person or two people that they're hiring. So in that case, we're preparing for interviews to make sure that the interview goes smoothly so they can come and actually work, and all of that time and energy and money is not wasted. But preparing for site visits and I-9 audits are probably the other biggest one we have right now, in reviewing their policies and making sure coming in they're doing things the right way.
And what would you recommend to any business owner who's worried they're not doing enough and just needs more information?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they can always contact us, of course. We'll have our website here up at the end, but we will help them kind of navigate what that looks like, and we can tailor that to their business plan.
Desiree, we appreciate you as always. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Zach.
You can find more info about Elevate Immigration Law on your screen right now and at 21alivenews.com. Just click on the Lifestyle tab and be sure to let Desiree know that you saw her right here on 21 Alive.